For installers performing the entire setup themselves while on site with the Xactvision system, this video will walk you through the steps necessary to set up archiving to CloudDrive. You will need to access your CloudView Manager account to perform all the steps. If the customer does not already have an account entered, click the plus icon in the top corner and select Add Account. Enter the account name, contact information, and your assigned partner name. You may leave the customer ID and site ID fields empty. These are reserved for specific account uses you will not use. Once you've created a customer account, or if one already exists, you will then create one or more users to add to this account. User accounts are how customers bind their CloudDrive data to the portal. A customer will need to provide you with their name and email address, as these are required when adding a new user. Use the plus icon again and choose Add User. Enter the user details. Assign the user the enterprise role. If working with the customer, select the Reset Password checkbox at the bottom, forcing the user to accept the terms of service and personalize their own password. The customer will receive an email after saving, which requires them to validate their email as well as select a new password. If performing the entire setup without the customer available to set a password, leave this unchecked and set a password for them. Two-factor authentication should not be used for Xact CloudDrive accounts at this time. Press Submit to save your changes. With a user account created for the customer, confirm the user details for them and advise they will need to use the emailed link to personalize their password. If they are failing to receive the email or cannot locate it in their email spam folder, uncheck the box and set a password for them to use. Now navigate to the archiving page within the Xactvision desktop client. Begin by clicking the New button at the bottom of the page to create a new archiving profile. Under Settings, use the drop-down field to change the type from SMB to CloudDrive. Enter the email address and password associated with the user's CloudDrive account into the appropriate fields. Enter your partner code below and select the instance region. When clicking Apply, the status messages under the email and password fields will attempt to guide you to the next step, which is to add the user to the NVR. This step must be taken back in the CloudView Manager. You will need the system's MAC address to tie the server to the account. To locate the MAC address, click on Configure System nested beneath the name of the server in the tree to the left. The MAC address will be found under the license key field in the top right corner of the page. From the CloudView Manager portal, click the search icon in the top corner and select Search Video Devices. Look for the server you are adding. If needed, use the search fields to the side to filter your results by MAC address. Once located, either click the Actions icon for the system or double-click it in the list to bring up the device page. First, use the Add Existing User button to locate their user account and add it to the device. Within a few minutes, the status message in the Xactvision client should update again to request that subscriptions be added to the cameras. Expand the subscription section. Here you will select a service plan for each camera. A plan must be selected for each camera in the list. Select VMS only for cameras that will not be archived to the CloudDrive. The plans listed will dynamically change based on the recording settings set for the camera in the customer's Xactvision server. Therefore, you cannot set a 4K camera to a plan for a 720p camera. If changes were made to the customer's recording settings on the server, disable and re-enable the archiving profile in the Xactvision client, and the available plans will soon be updated to reflect these changes in CloudView Manager. You may reload this page if the update does not appear. With a service plan selected, you will also select the storage retention time and quality. The price column to the right will update accordingly. You may use the billing cycle selectors above to change the pricing from monthly to yearly. Cameras which the customer does not plan to use CloudDrive for should have their storage retention set to No CloudDrive. Click Save Subscriptions when done making changes. After saving these changes, you should notice within several minutes that the status message on the archiving page will have updated again, advising you to create their archive schedule. The archiving target setup is now complete, but the target only tells the Xactvision system where to archive data to. You will now create an archive task, telling the system when to archive. Create a new task, providing a descriptive name if desired, and select your start and end times. When selecting the end time, Continuous tells the system to perform constant archiving. It will archive any unarchived data and continue looking for newly recorded data to be archived every 5 minutes. Until Finished tells the system that once archiving begins, continue until no new information is available, then stop until the next start time is reached. The next time the start time is reached, it will look for any newly recorded data that you wish to archive and begin again. User-defined is useful for environments where network bandwidth or system resources are in higher demand during certain hours of the day. An example is an office where staff work from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and during those hours, network bandwidth is in high usage and servers are recording more data due to increased activity. After normal work hours, there is less activity to record and lower bandwidth usage after most people have left for the day. In such cases, an admin may choose to schedule archiving to take place during the off hours to use the systems and network more efficiently. After creating your task telling the system when to archive, navigate to the Schedule tab to tell the system what to archive. Here, you will need to select the same cameras you attached the subscriptions to, and choose whether to archive free run, motion, or event data during each hour. These do not have to be the same as the local recording schedule. For example, a user could choose to record continuously on the local system, but choose to archive only motion recordings to the cloud drive. View other videos on schedules or standard archiving for further details. After saving your schedule, return to the Target tab and the status should update to Connected. The setup of the cloud drive archiving is now complete. When the time to begin the next archiving task is reached, it will scan the target and begin the job of archiving the data to the cloud drive. A client will indicate which cameras are archiving to cloud drive on the camera's recording settings.